Hey everyone, what is going on? So we have another Road to Rank series for you. I am playing in the Master League this time, and as you can see I fell. I'm down to 27-16 as we begin these battles. And I do have battles in Road to Rank series where I got above 2900, but then we had some really bad sets and fell, so I got discouraged, and I haven't been really doing Road to Rank lately. And I don't know, I mean, if I don't reach rank 10, we're 200, almost 300 points away. If I don't reach rank 10, I'm definitely going to be disappointed. The Great League is returning, so it's definitely possible that I reach it, because I will tell you, last season I did reach rank 10 in the Master League, as I mentioned, but we also fell to like the 2700s, and then when Great League came back, in Great League I got above 3000 again, so it's not impossible. It's definitely something that could happen. But as I said, if I don't reach it, I'll definitely be disappointed, and not really because I want to be known as the top player, I don't care about that, but because I want the pose, I want the new pose, the exclusive pose, so it'll be really disappointing if I don't make it, but there's still a chance, but we'll see. As I said, we are doing a set right now in the Master League, and I am using Groudon, Melmetal, and Togekiss, so basically three things that counter Dialga, because Dialga is on every team. The reason I don't use Dialga is because I don't have a good one. I do have a best buddied one, but it has 12 attack. It's a lucky one. It was the best one I had, so I invested in it in the preseason. I wasn't really paying attention much to the IVs. I wish I had a better one or got a better one or waited, but once I get a better one, I'll invest in it, I guess. But either way, I guess we'll begin commentating these battles. Our Groudon does go down, and in comes Melmetal. So Melmetal is, it's going to be tricky. Let's see, we are low, so he does go for a charge attack. I mean, we're going to have to shield this up. Totally expecting that Iron Head, but it would do enough for Dragon Breath to knock us out. So I do go for the bait, hoping to pick up a shield. And let's see if he shields. He does give up his last shield. So basically, all I need now are two superpowers to knock him out. He does get to a charge attack. I'm like, oh man, definitely going to be an Iron Head. But we're actually able to take it. If I went for the superpower that he shielded, we wouldn't have been able to take that because our defense would have been lowered. So I get off superpower number one. We need one more. We actually click on it before we go down from Dragon Breath. So we're actually able to win this one. Absolutely crazy. I literally have less than 1 HP. It's insane. I have no HP. 1 HP in a dream. If that's not proof that I can make it, nothing is, right? But anyway, let's go ahead and jump into the next game. I believe we have one set for you in this video. But yeah, I was in the 2900s, and then I posted on Twitter. I had so much lag that one day that bumped me down. I posted on Twitter. Niantic gave me a premium battle pass, which I guess is nice of them, and I do appreciate that. But obviously it doesn't make up for the ELO points I lost. But it is what it is. So anyway, here's the Groudon mirror match. If there's anything I've learned, it's just go straight Earthquake. A lot of players don't shield this. Not necessarily because they think it's a bait, maybe that could be part of it, but also because Earthquake is not enough to knock out Groudon anyway, so they risk it. So as you can see, he does bait, and I call it, or she baits, and I'm actually able to take that Fire Punch. So I'm going to go for a Fire Punch of my own, which should be enough to pick up the knockout on Groudon, but she does go ahead and shield, totally fine. She is going to go ahead and go for a charge attack, so I will shield this one up, and it is going to be an Earthquake. Okay, that's actually even better for us. So she does get off another charge attack, and I'm going to let this go. I knew this was only a Fire Punch. I was hoping to farm down at this point, but I had already clicked on Fire Punch, so it registered, unfortunately. So Fire Punch will knock out the opposing Groudon, so we do go ahead and win that one. In comes Dialga. I cannot make it to an Earthquake, so it's really unfortunate, so I'm going to go ahead and go for the Fire Punch just to get off whatever damage we can. And as I said, we do have three things that are basic counters to Dialga. We bring in Melmetal, in comes Mewtwo, so I'm going to switch into my Togekiss. Mewtwo is really difficult. I mean, all of my Pokemon can take a Side Strike, but that's all they can take. They can only take one. They can't take two, right? So I'm basically going to have to shield up the next one, unless if I want Togekiss to go down. So let's see, do I shield this one up? We are almost at an Ancient Power, so I am going to go ahead and shield the Side Strike up. Mewtwo is definitely a strong Pokemon. I personally love it with Side Strike and Focus Blast. So she's going to go ahead and shield that one up, which I'm actually glad she did, because she does get to a Side Strike, which will knock us out. But it's not going to, but she's basically out of energy. So I would have liked to farm Mewtwo down, and I was attempting to, but she pulls the switch into Dialga. So I do go the superpower this time, thinking that she would think it was a bait, but well, she doesn't have any shields. Never mind. That's why I went for it. So I go for Rock Slide now to knock out the Dialga. And, you know, if she got the Psy Strike, I don't think it would have knocked us out anyway, even though our defense was debuffed. Because we resisted, even though it would have done a lot of damage. So we do go ahead and win that one. So going up against Red Moon Skin. So let's see what Red Moon has for us. Loving the Pikachu onesie. So Groudon versus Kyogre. So this is an absolute terrible matchup. So we're obviously going to have to bail. So I go into my Melmetal. Now that was actually a mistake. I should have went into Togekiss, even though Togekiss still loses against Kyogre. So I don't really have a great answer to Kyogre. So I probably should have went into the Togekiss. I think I meant to, but I just clicked on the Melmetal. But it is what it is. It's okay. So we're gonna go ahead and go for the next Rock Slide, hoping to get off as much damage as possible. I was not expecting a shield because that Kyogre can definitely take it. So gonna be able to farm us down, and we do go into the Togekiss now. I'm gonna be able to take this Surf. So as you can see, we do get hit by the Surf. It still does a lot. That Kyogre did a lot of damage. In comes Dialga, so I'm going to bail right now into my Groudon. We could have stayed in, I guess, but we bail into Groudon. So a Charge Attack is coming through. I'm going to go ahead and allow it to go through. Going to be Iron Head, and I am charging up. I go for the Fire Punch, hoping to get the bait this time because... yeah, that Dialga probably wants to stick around, so we do get the shield, so that's pretty good. And because of that, we're actually able to get to the Earthquake. So are we going to take the second shield, or is the Dialga going to shield? Nope, Dialga's not going to shield. In comes Kyogre, very little health. It can knock it to a Surf, and depending what's in the back, we could win. It's not a Giratina though, it's a Togekiss, so I actually do go ahead and just surrender that one. If it was a Giratina Origin, we more than likely would have won that one. Definitely farmed down with Charm. We still had a shield, probably, I don't know. But either way, we do lose that one. That was a difficult match. Going up against the Kyogre lead is difficult for Groudon. But good game. So jumping into the next one, we're going up against Mewtwo now. So let's see what we have going for us. So obviously, as I said, we could take one Psy Strike, but that's all we can take. So this Mewtwo is loading up on energy. It is going to go ahead and go for the Charge Attack. Going to be that Psy Strike, doing a massive amount of damage. So we're charging up. I go for the bait. I go for the Fire Punch. And, you know, from now on, I'm probably just going to go straight Earthquake because they generally don't shield. This Mewtwo is calling the bait left and right. So that's why even earlier when I went for Earthquake against Groudon, they didn't shield that either. So I'm going to go ahead and just go for another Fire Punch. Again, no shield. So I just need to get to one more. And we do get to one more, so at least this Mewtwo will not take both of my shields. So I'm going to go ahead and go for that Fire Punch to knock it out. And in comes Kyogre, which is not a good matchup, but we did the job that Groudon had to do. In comes Togekiss. So again, this is not a good matchup because the Waterfalls do pretty much the same damage Charm is doing. And Surf, obviously, Kyogre gets too fast. So I knew it wasn't looking good. They're up a shield. We're going to go ahead and go for the Ancient Power. We're going to have to play this correctly if we want a chance of winning. They do shield that, and we do get the boost, which added on, you know, in terms of damage. I bring in my Melmetal, and my goal at this point was just to farm down with Thunder Shock, hoping they do not get to another Surf. I think they switched though. Yeah, they bail. Good switch into Dialga. So this is tricky. I'm gonna go straight Superpower, hoping that they think it's a bait. So that's why I went straight Superpower. They do not shield that, so that's actually huge. So now I'm going to go ahead and go Rock Slide. So it's going to be ultra risky for them not to shield this. So they do go ahead and shield that. We need to get to one more. Just one more Superpower to knock out the Dialga. I have to shield this. We're debuffed. So I do get to the Superpower, and I'm hoping that my Thunder Shocks will be enough to knock out Kyogre before it is able to Surf, but I'm not 100% sure. In comes Kyogre. Can we knock it out? We barely knock it out. I cannot believe I won that one. Good game. Should have won for the Earthquake against Mewtwo, I guess, but other than that, great game. Cannot believe I won that one. I remember I was like, wow, that was a good game. But yeah, so yeah. Kyogre is definitely a good answer to my team, to be honest with you, because it basically beats all three Pokemon. It definitely beats Groudon. Melmetal can chip away at it, but you know, Kyogre generally wins. The same with Togekiss. So, okay, we have a great matchup, a great lead in the last game. So, Groudon versus Melmetal, are they going to bail on us? Expecting the Superpower. Usually when this matchup happens, they throw a Superpower and then bail, so that's what I'm assuming is going to happen. So in comes the Superpower, and out comes Giratina Origin. I switch into my Togekiss. So definitely a good matchup for me. However, Shadow Ball is still going to do a lot, but I know I can take it. So I'm going to go ahead and take it. We're neutral to these attacks. So we do go ahead and take it. And we get to the Ancient Power, but they get to an Ominous Wind before, we're able to feint it. Or it's actually another Shadow Ball. I was expecting the Ominous Wind. So that tells me maybe they have Dragon Pulse. Nonetheless, it doesn't really matter. Look how close that was. We're literally less than 1 HP. We can't even get off a Flamethrower. But again, I have 2 answers to this Dialga. I mean, Dialga can still put in work against them. But, they're still pretty good. So we do take a shield with that Earthquake. So we're going to go ahead and almost get to another one. Do I shield this up? I do, because I do want to get to the Earthquake. Either knocking out Dialga, excuse me, either knocking out Dialga or taking the final shield, hoping to knock it out. So we do go for that Earthquake, and they do shield. So I'm going to go ahead and bail into my Melmetal right now. And they're going to bail into their Melmetal. So not really a great situation, but they're out of shield. So I'm going to go for Superpower number 1. And obviously, as I said, they're out of shield, so there's no reason to bait or anything. So we do get off 2 superpowers before they get off 1, which is definitely good. So this is going to be enough to knock out the Melmetal. And in comes Dialga. Can we get to another one? We actually are able to get to another one. So I'm debuffed, so it's going to do less, obviously, but it still chips away, so I'll take it. And they're able to get to a charge attack. I'm expecting like Draco Meteor or something that's going to knock out my Melmetal. It is Draco Meteor, so that knocks out Melmetal. In comes Groudon, and at this point, I was like, you know what? Why do we even have to go for Earthquake? We don't. Fire Punch should be enough at this range. I don't think it is, actually. No, never mind, it is. So we're actually able to win that one, but that was a very close game and a very good game. So we do go 4-1 in this set. Okay, so we're going to boost our rating, obviously, as you see, 4-1, and we're going to boost it to 2750, so we're exactly 250 points away, so we could still make it, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a good day.